So as a lot of you guys are aware by now, it really shouldn't be like a shock to anybody, but I'm a major Harry Potter fan. You guys are aware of that. I've said it so many times on this channel. I was a big supporter of Hogwarts Legacy. Obviously, I played it all the way through to the end, live streamed the whole thing. It was so much fun. But one of my biggest issues with Harry Potter just has to be with the actors who played the characters in the movie, because a lot of them are virtue signaling for obviously the LGBTQ community, to the point where they are literally trying to bastardize J.K. Rowling and disrespect the person who essentially gave them a career. Because without her IP, they wouldn't have been anywhere to begin with. You know, maybe Daniel Radcliffe would probably one of the only ones, but they all became very famous because of this particular movie. Now we have an article that comes from CBR.com, and it says Harry Potter's Daniel Radcliffe gives trans kids a voice as part of a new web series. Now, this article is coming from Noah Dominguez, which, I mean, you guys can pretty much see from his profile picture, would almost guarantee he is probably part of the LGBTQ community, whether he took the lazy route and went with the bisexual thing, or maybe he's full on gay. Not really sure. He just seems to look the part, definitely infested with a lot of soy. But with that being said, it says the Trevor Project drops a trailer for episode 1 of Sharing Spaces, in which Daniel Radcliffe hosts a roundtable with trans and non-binary youth. Yes, they're trying to make this a normal thing. We've talked about this many times. We seem to talk about it more on our Saturday Night Hypnosis live stream than we do in actual videos, because my videos I tend to stick to pop culture, but still it's something we need to talk about. Before we get into the actual article, guys, I'm just going to ask you for a quick favor. I'm just doing some experimentation. If you guys are still watching the video right now, please hit the like button, because I'm facing right now quite a bit YouTube suppression. We go up and down throughout the months as we discuss various topics, and I feel like YouTube doesn't like me right now. So if you guys hit the like button, it should show YouTube that they should push out the video more and hopefully help us fight the YouTube suppression that we're facing right now. With that being said, let's get into the article. So it says Harry Potter and alum Daniel Radcliffe hosts the first episode of Sharing Spaces, a new YouTube series from the Trevor Project that aims to give a voice to young members of the LGBTQ community. Now, if you guys want me to, I'm curious, do you guys want me to do like a review or something along the lines of this particular TV series? I definitely can. Like, you guys know I do my regular TV show reviews, but if you guys want me to touch on this stuff and watch it for you, I would very much be okay with doing that. You let me know in the comments down below whether you want me to or not. It says, per the Hollywood Reporter, Sharing Spaces features roundtable conversations with LGBTQ youth moderated by adult allies. The whole term allies is such a cringy term. Like, yeah, I'm an ally because all I do is talk online about it, but I don't really do anything in person too often, but I'm totally an ally. In the show's debut episode, Radcliffe hosts a discussion with 6 transgender and non-binary youths. That's a scary thing to say. The episode will be available to watch via the Trevor Project YouTube channel beginning 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, March 31st, which is recognized as Transgender Day of Visibility. New episodes of Sharing Spaces will be released on a quarterly basis. Each episode runs at 20 minutes and features a different host, panel, and topic. Like I said, guys, if you want me to do a review on this, I totally can, but it's just the whole idea of this is insane. Again, Daniel Radcliffe is probably one of the more prominent virtue signalers within the Harry Potter cast, with that being Emma Watson's probably number 2, and then everybody else kind of just does a little bit here and there, and they're a little bit more quiet about it. But the true virtue signalers is definitely Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson, especially if Daniel Radcliffe has another movie coming out or a TV show that he's working on coming out. All of a sudden, he starts virtue signaling online more often to get his name out there. It's pretty obvious. But again, this is something they enjoy doing. And Daniel Radcliffe especially loves to shill for trans people. I'm not really sure why that is, but he definitely loves to particularly target them, even though he's trying to pretend like he's talking about LGBTQ as a whole, you know, inclusive of the entire term. He really seems to focus on trans people. And I guess that's because that's where all the online clout is right now. That's where you get your likes and retweets talking about trans people. So that's probably why he does it. It says, we listen to so many people about trans youth and hear them talked about so often in the news, but very rarely do we actually hear from the youth directly, Radcliffe said. It's an absolute privilege to get to meet and listen to this incredible group of young people. At the end of the day, if you're going to talk about trans kids, it might be useful to actually listen to trans kids. Again, trans kids is something I don't personally believe in. Obviously, if you want to do your thing, go ahead. If you want to convince your child they are one gender or the other, by all means, that's your own kid. If you want to mess with their lives, go for it. I don't really care. But again, it's just a scary idea because they love to say, oh, it's not affecting you. So what does it matter? Well, the thing is, eventually it will affect me because your own kids are going to have to go out into the real world and deal with real normal people. And eventually they're going to come across my kids who will eventually be normal people. So again, you are trying to project your craziness onto other people and then try to say that, oh, we're not affecting you. It's bullshit. I just want to throw that out there, but it is complete bullshit. It says our goal in developing this kind of content is to turn the microphone towards LGBTQ young people themselves and let them speak directly about their lives, which they know best. The Trevor Project Megan Stout added LGBTQ young people, particularly transgender and non-binary youth, are routinely forced to stand by and watch adults debate their very existence and life experiences. Our society has created boxes that young people are expected to fit into when we should be giving them the space and autonomy to figure out who they are on their own. That's why it's so important that we continue to amplify young LGBTQ voices that are so often silenced and work towards creating a safer, more accepting world where they can thrive just as they are. The thing is, they do thrive just as they are. And there's plenty of LGBTQ people that live their lives like normal people and they just don't care. They don't get bothered. They don't bother anybody and nobody bats an eye at them. It's the ones who are terminally online, the ones who are constantly screaming online, stop denying my existence, and yet they're literally in your face 24/7, impossible to escape from. And then when you get upset at them for constantly yelling at you, yeah, all of a sudden they want to say, oh, you're trying to kill me, you're trying to this, you're trying to that, you're trying to deny my existence. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like, why are you so sensitive, first of all? And number two, can we stop with the whole fake non-binary thing? Like, all right, you want me to stop denying your existence, right? First off, I can't deny your existence because you're a human being. You obviously exist. So that whole term is just stupid. You're telling me to stop denying your identity. That's the difference. I don't deny your existence because as a human being, you already exist. I am denying your bullshit identity that you're trying to come off as factual or that you're trying to come off as a truthful identity when ultimately it's all bullshit. Like, if you want to be something else, by all means, go do that. But don't try to talk to everybody else as if it's normal. Nobody's buying it. 98% of the world does not think this way, does not act that way. And the 2%, out of the 2% that are this way, probably 2% of that 2% are online shilling for stuff, yelling at people 24/7, and overall making everybody's lives miserable. And that's the problem. There are plenty of LGBTQ people that are just so utterly sick of the actual activist version of the LGBTQ. It's ridiculous. It says, of course, Radcliffe, who is perhaps best known for playing the lead role in Harry Potter film franchise, the actor helping to give a platform to trans and non-binary youth, notably stands in stark contrast to Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling, who has come under fire in recent years as a result of her gender-critical rhetoric. That being said, Radcliffe's support of the LGBTQ+ community actually long predates Rowling's controversies. Radcliffe has been a supporter of the Trevor Project, a non-profit organization that focuses on suicide prevention efforts among LGBTQ+ young people since 2009. He was given the Trevor Hero Award in 2011 and even filmed a PSA to promote the organization's free crisis service in 2012. So again, guys, Daniel Radcliffe is a longtime virtue signaler of the LGBTQ. That much we've pretty much known. And any chance these people get to try to trash J.K. Rowling's name, they're always going to take it. They are so unbelievably jealous of her. And the hilarious thing, they really think that they could take Harry Potter away from J.K. Rowling. Like, the woman created the thing. Like, how are you going to take Harry Potter away from her? Whenever they tried to do that, I found it to be just completely hilarious. When they were out there buying Harry Potter books, which, mind you, she gets a cut of, and then erasing her name and putting someone else's name in there as if people are not going to know it's from Harry Potter and also from J.K. Rowling. Like, come on, dude. Like, this is such lazy activism. But again, this is what happens when people are allowed to fester in their psychosis, and this is what's going to continue to happen so long as we ignore mental illness in this country. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.